quick. And give me an idea of what is your health concern right out of the gate. Just put it up in there. Maybe it is heart disease. I'm going to put a couple up here. It only gives me room for a few, but we'll put them up there. What about we're gonna put diabetes and obesity together, just because I can. And we're gonna add another option. How about anxiety? We'll say mental. Just so any of those things. And what about healthcare cost? That's a huge one, right? Oh, get that in there. That and let me know where are you coming in from. If I love to hear where folks are coming in from. So if you would put that in there, it's like ice blue. It's like being in Alaska. So in case I need to put any pictures up, I want to make sure that I have that there as we get started. How are you? I'm going to start that poll right there and check in with folks. So good to see you guys this morning, or actually afternoon now, isn't it? Or evening, depending on where you're coming in from. I'm Ken. I'm up in Anchorage, Alaska. Hope you're having an awesome day today. And as you come into the live, let me know where you're coming in from. As you come in, let me know where you're coming in from. I'm Ken. I'm up here in Anchorage, Alaska with Healthy Together and Feeling Great. Hope you're having an awesome day today. We have got some wintry mix coming in, but our temperatures have warmed up here in Alaska, so we are loving that a little bit. Some of the snow is melting. Make sure that you let me know, who are you? Where are you coming in from? I am Ken, up in Alaska. Hope you guys are doing awesome and getting started. So I want to jump in just a little bit to start talking about something that I haven't really addressed in a while. I want you to start thinking about this. When you think about your health, have you started to imagine, because most people think they really only have two options. You stay sick, you go to the doctor, and you get whatever pharmaceuticals that you get hit with. Now, that's pretty much where I was at. And whatever the doctors say, that's what we do, right? That's kind of how we've been conditioned in the United States, is we just do what our doctors tell us. In fact, I listened to one of those doctors that's on, I think it was on TikTok, that said, hey, you need to do what I tell you, and if you don't do what I tell you, then you're a non-compliant patient, and I don't want you coming into my office. Now, I don't know about you, but that really kind of bugs me. That bugs me. That's not how a doctor should be talking to people. That's not how doctors should be talking to people. Doctors should be helping people. I get it's stressful. I understand. We're all in a little bit of stress. We're all dealing with different things that are causing a lot of issues in our day and time. So listening to him talk was like, what's the deal, dude? What's up with that? Now, I'm of the mindset we're supposed to be helping people, and that's why I get on and I talk about this. So as we kind of go into this and we delve into what those health concerns are, we're dealing with something that a lot of folks are dealing with. I know I am, have been. So welcome in. I am Ken. I'm up in Anchorage, Alaska, and hope you're doing good. Let me know where you're coming in from. We're just kind of getting the live started at this point in time. And I want you to think about, what is your biggest health concern as you're coming in today. It is 38 here in Alaska, and trying to help people as we do what we do, right? So having a doctor sit there and tell you that, you know what, there's really nothing you can do, it's really kind of frustrating. And so for me, one of the things that happened was in 2024, I like to say, I listened to my wife, and it saved my life. And how that played out was, she and I both were diagnosed with diabetes and pre-diabetes at the same time, about a month apart. And my doctor didn't give me any guidance whatsoever, and actually was not helpful at all. In fact, my doctor came in and said, hey, you know what? You just need to eat less and move more. Now, I was the one that was diagnosed with diabetes. She was pre-diabetic, and it was like, what's going on? They gave her 4 meds, and it was like, whoa, but that doesn't. It's inconsistent. I actually talk to clients and folks that have had the very same thing, and I constantly am in the conversation with people that are looking at this being an issue in their lives, which is those health concerns that we keep getting hit with, that we're not getting answers for. Now, for me, that was 2023 was my diagnosis. Now I tried to do what I could, but I really wouldn't get anywhere. It wasn't helping me. I wasn't moving forward. And my wife started on a protocol, and it was a tea and fiber. Now I didn't know what that was, but I knew that she was changing, and I watched her change. So God bless her for actually doing something more than what I did, which is kind of usually the case, right? So um, as far as that goes, it really hit home. It really hit home that I was missing on some really important things that I should be paying attention to when it came to my health journey. And so I had to start looking at it and say, okay, um, maybe this would be a good example. So what I realized was there was something more going on. Something called insulin resistance. Now, the way to think about that is maybe you drink alcohol, maybe you don't, or um, our bodies become resistant to alcohol. The more we drink, the more our bodies become resistant. So the more that we need. All right. So we don't drink a lot of alcohol. We drink wine every now and then. And addressing that is a huge part of this. But if you drink every day, you're going to need more. Many of us have been told to eat every few hours to keep your metabolism elevated. The problem is every time that you eat, your blood sugar is going to spike. And so when the blood sugar spikes, the insulin increases. So it's this, I say it's this blood sugar, insulin, blood sugar, insulin, blood sugar. It's a boxing match with your body. And the thing about it is the more resistant your body becomes, your cells become to the insulin. Now that's not moving us forward really where, and the warning signs start to pop up even before we realize it, 15 years before we even get a diagnosis. So this might be a help. Let me see if I can pull this up right here. So this will be a help to you to kind of get an idea. Let me swing my camera around. So these are some of the signs that begin to pop up 10 to 15 years before diabetes is even diagnosed. You're not even got a diagnosis of diabetes at this point yet. So we're talking about frequent urination at night, frequent hunger. If this is you, type me in the comment. Maybe craving carbs, constant fatigue, belly fat, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, PCOS in ladies, dark skin folds, cysts, skin tags, all those things, sleep apnea. You got achy joints, maybe even pre-diabetic. How about brain fog? Sleep apnea, you're starting to snore a little bit, you've got inflammation. So these are all things that happen about 15 years before. Now, once diabetes occurs, or really pre-diabetes, anywhere in there, we start to deal with all of these different issues right here. So we're talking about that diabetes right there at the very top of the list, right? Cancers, like testicular or prostate cancer, we start to look at colon cancer, even breast cancer, are cancers that are related to insulin resistance. PCOS in women, fatty liver disease, heart disease. If this is you, type me in the comment. Or if it's somebody that you know, somebody you love, who's dealing with these right here. Migraines, erectile dysfunction, neuropathy, obesity, all of these come into play right here. And these are all going up. Cardiovascular risk goes up 80% when you are a diabetic. And Alzheimer's and dementia go up 81%. They now call that type 3 diabetes. And they tell you it's aging, but it's not. It really is insulin resistance, and that's what we're talking about. Now, in my life as I've gone about doing this, and as a pastor, I've sat with people, and I've been in the hospital with people with heart disease, with families, sitting with them as they prepared for a loved one to have a leg amputated. And that's been one of the hardest things that I think, it's not, there's been a lot of hard things as a clergy, but if there's, to sit there and to know now that there was so much more going on that nobody was talking about, Well, this is a massive problem, and we have non-alcoholic fatty liver in children as young as 3 years old now. Does that not concern anybody? And we have our adolescents are ultimately we have 1 in 3 of our teenagers has prediabetes. So we've got a problem. So my wife, when she was diagnosed, really went on a quest to find things. Now I was just trying to stumble through. I will say it was pretty much procrastination. I was pretty much a dip as far as that goes, right? I just didn't know. But what she did was she called a nurse who was also a diabetes educator that told us that there was a protocol that was a game changing one that was in the provider's digital reference. And we began to educate ourselves on what's been going on in our bodies. And what that looks like is this. We have a dilemma right here. Hi, hey, Oakley, good to see you. So here's part of our issue. We have a problem with our modern food environment. So some of y'all know that heart disease is a big concern, diabetes and obesity. So these are all insulin resistance related. Thank you. Oakley, where are you coming in from? Thank you for being here and for the comments. Do you remember me? I can't say that I remember you, Oakley. When did you come through one of my lives? I don't remember that. You're down in Texas. Well, awesome. My family's originally from Texas. So we've been in this situation where our food, Oak Vlogs. I don't think I've been on Oak Vlogs, but I will follow you for sure. Give me a follow and I'll follow you back. I'll check it out. I will definitely check you out, man. And if this could be a help to you, Oak Vlogs was my name originally. Okay. I'm not remembering that one. So I'll have to make sure that we do that. And we'll swap follows and cool. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I will do the same when I get off this live. So if you've got questions, let me know. Here's the problem. We eat all the time. That, like I said, that is spiking our blood sugar and our insulin. And a big problem with that is the fact that fiber is taken out of our food. Can you throw me a like too, by the way? Just give me a thumbs up if this would be good for you. I'd appreciate it. Just trying to build my channel, doing a lot of lives right now. So this is a little piece of education. If you're not aware of this, soluble fiber is a huge part of this journey. When we don't get that fiber in our diets, we have an issue. So like right here, this is fiber. That peel is fiber. All right. When we drink apple juice, that's just sugar water. Same thing with rice. This is basmati rice. This is packaged in fiber. White rice is spiking our blood sugar. One of the worst things that we can do when it comes to our health is to be doing that. And every time we do that, we're leading on the path to insulin resistance. When I was diagnosed with diabetes, sweet man, I appreciate that, Oakley. I appreciate that. So when I was diagnosed with diabetes, it was like a punch in the gut. I had so many signs of insulin resistance. I had high blood pressure. I had high triglycerides. I had low HDL. I had migraines. I had acid reflux. I've been dealing with arthritis for almost 40 years. My doctors never addressed this as signs of insulin resistance. So the fact of the matter is that was incredibly frustrating to not get the reality of what was going on. So what I learned was that this protocol has been studied at multiple universities, and hospitals. We're talking about BYU, UCLA, Stanford, Cornell, the Cleveland Clinic. Now, when you start to put names like that together, you should be paying attention. Well, it's a nutraceutical. Sorry, guys. Drink a little bit there. And because of that, it's got third-party validation. It's in the provider's digital reference, right where my wife goes to do prescription writing. Are y'all familiar with the physician's desk reference? Have you ever been there? Have you ever checked that out? Because that's a great thing to start looking at, right? So you understand. So it comes to about $5.10 a day. So if healthcare issues are a concern for you, this is a huge thing to be thinking about. The protocol works this way. The standard American wakes up, we get up in the morning and we break fast, right? We break our fast. And you got to realize, if you didn't know that, somebody made that up. That would be Kellogg's and Post cereal. How many knows that one? Know the tiger? What does he say? it's great, right? No, it's not. No, it's not, because that is already putting us in a slate. The worst thing you can do is to start the day with blood sugar increase, right? And have that spike in. That's the worst thing that we can do during the day. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to hold on a second. Not sure what's going on. Oh, there we go. Kind of got me distracted there. Had some messages come through. Hey, let me know where you guys are coming in from. I'm Ken. I'm up in Anchorage, Alaska, part of Healthy Together and Feeling Great. We're sharing a little bit about my story with insulin resistance and trying to help people on this journey understand this journey right here that so many of us are on. So here's the thing. Fiber is what keeps our blood sugar low. Well, this tea right here is a key aspect of this, as is the fiber that is in here. So ask any diabetic when you go to the hospital, what are they going to do? They're going to tell you if you're low in blood sugar, you're going to get what? What are they going to give you? Type in the comment. They're going to give you juice. They're going to throw juice at you. Well, they're going to throw juice at you, but they're going to have you to drink it. So what is that going to do? Spike the blood sugar, increase insulin, get you back where you need to be. So instead of eating first thing in the morning, what we do is sip on this delicious, amazing chlorogenic acid tea that comes from concentrated yerba mate. This crushes my hunger cravings every single day. This is what knocks those hunger cravings down between 60 and 70%. All right? Between 60 and 70%. Oh, my tablet's still not up and running the way that it should. Nope, now we're waking it up. So here's the thing. The next thing we want to do is before each of our meals, we're going to sip on the balance. Now, why is this important? Well, the balance is the fiber that's missing from our diets. It's not psyllium husk, because we've never eaten in the history of humanity psyllium husk. We drink it in Metamucil, but we've never consumed that. Everything in here is fiber. Everything in here is fiber, right? And at lunch, if you're hungry, you eat. If not, then you keep drinking the tea and you keep fasting. But when you eat, you put the fiber. You make sure. And I sip on the tea throughout that afternoon. Now, here's the thing. The fiber lowers LDL. Now, that makes it a natural statin. All right? It drops triglyceride levels and increases your HDL as well. All right? It lowers A1C 3 times better than metformin. So that's key, and suppresses those blood sugar spikes by 43%. The tea is a natural GLP-1. It works like natural metformin. This does as well, and it works like a statin without any black box warnings. Now, if you're not familiar with a black box warning, look at the medications that we are prescribed, all right? Most of the competition with this is the pharmaceuticals, and we're talking about things like statins, metformin, Ozempic, and bariatric surgery, and the side effects that come with those. Every single one of those puts us in a place where we are struggling with our health overall. So here's the reality. We get a chance to repair our health when we learn what metabolic health looks like, and we learn how the lifestyles that will change and help us to live our very best life. The protocol is the thing that does it. The tea and the fiber. For right at $5 a day, you get $70 off right there, the retail price that the manufacturer makes. It's super simple, the easiest thing on the planet. Your HSA and FSA will help pay for that. It will change your life. And all you got to do, if you will check on the link up there, I will put it in the comment section below how to order the protocol. Thank you so much for being here. Go get the day. Make it golden. We'll see you back around on the flip side.